When you hear the name Hades, what do you see? A flaming-haired monster? A cackling god of evil? The Greek equivalent of the devil, hungry for souls, ruling over a fiery hell? For millennia, we have gotten him completely wrong. What if I told you the king of the underworld was perhaps the most just, the most stable, and the least problematic god on all of Olympus? What if the ruler of the dead wasn't a villain, but a vital, silent guardian of cosmic balance? Welcome to Mythic Odyssey. Today we journey into the shadows, across the river of woes, and past the gates of a three-headed hound. We are seeking the truth about a god so feared, many ancient Greeks refused to even speak his name, calling him Pluton, the Rich One, or Klymenos, the Notorious. He is the oldest son of the Titans Kronos and Rhea, brother of Zeus and Poseidon, and by a twist of fate, he became the king of the underworld. But to understand the king, we must first understand his kingdom. The first and greatest mistake we make is confusing the underworld with hell. In the Christian tradition, hell is a place of punishment for sinners, ruled by the source of all evil. The Greek underworld is not. For the ancient Greeks, the underworld was simply the destination for all mortal souls, good, bad, or utterly average. It was a vast, complex, and highly structured kingdom. When a soul departed the land of the living, its first stop was the river Styx, the river of unbreakable oaths. There the spectral ferryman, Charon, would wait. He wasn't evil. He was a civil servant. He demanded a toll, a single coin placed in the mouth of the deceased, no coin, no passage. At the gate stood Cerberus, the fearsome three-headed hound. His job wasn't to torture souls, but to act as the ultimate gatekeeper, letting the dead in and ensuring they, and any living intruders, could never leave once inside. Souls were guided to their final resting place. Most souls, the vast average of humanity, ended up in the fields of Asphodel, a neutral, gray, and somewhat bleak land where they existed as listless, forgetful shadows. The truly heroic, the righteous, and the favored of the gods earned a place in Elysium, or the Elysian Fields. This was the Greek paradise, a land of eternal spring and peace. And then there was Tartarus. This is what we confuse with hell. Tartarus was a deep, primordial pit, a cosmic prison. But it wasn't for your average sinner. It was reserved for the enemies of the gods, the Titans, and for mortals who committed crimes of cosmic arrogance like Sisyphus, cursed to roll his boulder forever. The key is this: Hades presided over this realm. He didn't create the suffering in Tartarus. He was the warden, not the torturer. Next, let's look at the god himself. How did he even get this job? After Hades and his brothers, Zeus and Poseidon, defeated their father Kronos and the Titans, they had to divide the cosmos. They didn't argue or fight for it. According to myth, they cast lots. Zeus won the sky, Poseidon won the sea, and Hades drew the short straw, the dark, unseen realm of the dead. He didn't choose it, but he accepted it, and he took his duty more seriously than any other god. While Zeus was busy on Olympus, on Earth, chasing nymphs and meddling in mortal affairs, Hades was an absolute recluse. He rarely left his kingdom. He wasn't interested in the drama and politics of the gods or the wars of men. He had a job to do. His personality is described as grim, stern, and implacable, but never as malevolent. He was the ultimate judge. His realm operated on one principle: balance. The number of souls entering had to be accounted for. The laws of life and death were absolute. Hades was not a tempter. He never plotted to steal souls. You couldn't bargain with him. You couldn't bribe him. He was terrifyingly, refreshingly fair. He upheld the rules, no exceptions, and he was rich, incredibly so. His name, Pluton, literally means the wealthy. All the gold, silver, and precious gems hidden within the earth were his. This also connected him to agricultural wealth, as seeds that give life start in his domain, underground. He was the god of all of an economy's hidden resources. But what about Persephone, I hear you ask? Didn't he violently kidnap and assault her? This is the most complex part of his story and the source of his darkest reputation. And yes, by our standards, it's an abduction. The myth goes that Hades, lonely in his realm, saw Persephone, the beautiful daughter of Demeter, the goddess of the harvest. He was overcome with love, or perhaps a desperate need for a companion. He asked his brother Zeus for her hand. Zeus, not wanting to anger Demeter or Hades, gave a typically ambiguous non-answer. So Hades took matters into his own hands. He burst forth from the earth and seized her, pulling her down into his kingdom to be his queen. Demeter was destroyed by grief. As the goddess of the harvest, her sorrow caused the earth to die. Crops failed and humanity starved. This was the first winter. Zeus had to intervene. He ordered Hades to return Persephone. Hades agreed, but with one condition: he offered his young queen a final gift, a pomegranate. Knowing the ancient law that anyone who eats the food of the underworld is bound to it forever, Persephone ate a few seeds. The number varies, but the result was the same. She was now tied to him. A compromise was struck. For part of the year, she would live with Hades as his queen. For the other part, she would return to her mother, bringing spring and summer with her. It's a dark story, but it's one of nuance. First, it's an ideological myth created to explain the changing of the seasons. Second, unlike his brothers who had countless affairs, Hades was almost entirely faithful. He truly loved Persephone. And most importantly, Persephone wasn't just a prisoner. She became the queen of the underworld. She grew into her power, ruling alongside Hades as an equal, often shown as even more stern and unyielding than he. She wasn't just a victim, she became a monarch. So how did this grim, just, and reclusive king become the devil? It's a combination of two things. First, simple human fear. The ancient Greeks feared death. They associated the god who ruled the dead with the terror of death itself, even though the actual god of death was a separate, minor deity named Thanatos. People were so afraid of Hades they wouldn't even say his name, which only added to his mysterious, sinister reputation. Second, as Christianity rose, it often absorbed or demonized the gods of the old world. A new singular god needed a singular, ultimate enemy. The ruler of the underworld associated with fire from the volcanic activity in Greece, and the fallen, the dead, was an easy and convenient figure to merge with. The new concept of Satan. Hades was never a tempter. He never offered deals for your soul. He wasn't the enemy of mankind or the gods. He was simply the one who did the thankless, terrifying, and absolutely essential job of managing the end of life. Hades is not the god of death. He is the king of the dead. He is not a monster. He is a monarch. He is not evil. He is implacable. He is not cruel. He is just. His kingdom isn't a fiery hell. It's the final, silent destination for all. He is the dark, unseen foundation upon which the bright, chaotic world of the living rests, a misunderstood king, ruling a silent kingdom, maintaining the balance of the cosmos. Maybe it's time we finally gave the king his due. If this journey into the shadows gave you a new perspective on Hades, please hit the like button and subscribe for more Mythic Odysseys. And now I want to hear from you. Which complex, misunderstood figure from mythology should we explore next? Is it the trickster Loki, the cursed Medusa, or the forgotten Hestia? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you for watching.